Is the mic on? All right, cool. So, what's going on, guys? Something I want to talk about, something that's been on my mind. Something I've been thinking about regarding videography, content creation, and where the industry is going. Just a little bit of backstory of myself. When I first got into this industry, it was actually by accident, right? I wasn't a videographer by trade. I wasn't a videographer since birth. Like, I didn't really understand. I just picked up the camera because I wanted to podcast and I wanted to interview people and I wanted to get into radio. Recorded myself, recorded my own podcast, editing everything myself, chopping it up into clips. That's how I learned about audio. That's how I learned about lighting. That's how I learned about everything. And from there, I kind of did a few music videos here and there. Then I got into YouTube, vlogging, and little by little it kind of developed, right? From there, I was working for like a marketing company and I went full steam ahead with video. But the issue was I still didn't really know what kind of video I wanted to do, because I tell friends all the time, like, video is such a fluid market. It's such a fluid industry. You can do video for everything, because everything is video, right? Like, you can go do a wedding video, you can do a quinceañera video, you can do a music video, you can do a concert video, you can do a branding video, you can do corporate video, testimonial. Like, you can go everywhere with video, so it's hard to make a business out of video. Does that make sense? It's because easily you get pulled into so many different directions. So that's like some of the issues that I was having at first. And I feel like that's why a lot of videographers kind of struggle, because they take on every job, which they should, right? When you're in survival mode, you should take on every job. They take on every job, but they never break out of that. So they're constantly in hustle mode, being pulled in all different directions. So they can't specialize in anything, so they can't charge more and be seen as an authority and move up in the ranks with the type of video that they do. So yeah, I think that's an issue with video, right? So anyways, as I was moving around and I was trying to find my place in video, I ended up working with a lot of entrepreneurs. Whether it was brick and mortar or whether it was online, just overall just entrepreneurs and business owners. That's like what I found myself constantly going back to. And the reason is because I always wanted to learn business. So I naturally just liked hanging around these type of people. Us kind of like having similar mindsets regarding business, I would always creatively find ways to help them in their business with my camera. That's like, I didn't realize what I was doing, but I was always the guy that they called. Like, they would always hit me up like, yo, listen, you're good at what you do. You know how to put out clips that help me get more business. Like, come through, pull up. And I'm like, all right, cool, perfect. So that's kind of like how I found that realm of video, right? Dealing with entrepreneurs. So the issue now that I'm seeing, where I see the future of content creation, is video has transformed from a luxury to a necessity. So with that being said, everyone now does video, everyone needs video. And with the rise of this, it's gotten a lot more easy to do video. So since the barrier entry of video has gotten lower and it's gotten easier to do, videographers are no longer seen or deemed as necessary. And I use this because we still are, but more to that in a little bit. So videographers are no longer seen as necessary because everyone's like, yo, I can just do it myself. I don't need you, right? And I feel like a lot of videographers are struggling with their issues with getting clients and landing clients, because they just don't really know how to get past that barrier. And a lot of videographers that I know personally freelancing, they usually cap out at between $3,500 to $5,000 a month, right? And if they make more, they're usually shooting every single day. Like, I was on a call with a friend of mine the other day who's bringing in about like 15 a month. But I asked him, I'm like, hey, like, but I'm just curious, like, what's your schedule look like? And he was like, dude, I'm shooting every single day. And I'm like, okay, but you realize I made more money than you and I shot 4 or 5 times this month, as opposed to you shooting every single day. Do you realize that? And he was just like mind blowing, like, yo, dude, how, like, what? So I think the point I'm making is this, right? So videography content creation has gotten commoditized, right? It's no way around it, right? Like I'm sure you guys see, like, there's CapCut, there's your phone, there's like all these apps that you can do it yourself. So I think the role of the videographer has transitioned from guy who holds camera to now guy who ideates, directs, conceptualizes, and strategizes what to do with the content, right? Like that's the new role. Like, so if you're here, you have to go here now, or else, you know, you're not gonna survive. But again, like, we have to move from videographer or person with the camera to now creative director, strategist, come up with the ideas, come up with the concept. Like, we have to be now actual, you know, CEOs, creative CEOs, right? You know, and that kind of moves, you know, things forward, and it kind of brings me full circle to with what I'm doing now. I'm pivoting my business to where now I'm also open to helping other videographers just be more, actually move and operate like a CEO, right? Because even with me, like, there's times when I've hired videographers or I've hired editors or I've hired colorists, and they're just not, they're creative, but they just lack that professionalism. They just don't really contribute to the project how I think they should. Like, and I know if I feel like that as a creative myself, if I feel like that, I know that people in the business world definitely feel like that, right? Because there's always been a huge disconnect between creatives and business owners. It's always been like a fight. They just don't really understand each other. I think it's maybe because two different parts of the brain, but whatever. So now, you know, I want to help a lot of guys, man. So I kind of want to bridge that gap, and I want to help people level up and really get paid what they're worth. Because make no mistake, like, this is a lot of work, right? Like, you have to storyboard, or you have to ideate, and you have to shoot, then you have to edit. Like, it's literally like 3 or 4 jobs in one. Like, let's be honest, right? I'm part of a lot of these videography groups, and I'm constantly seeing people, other videographers, other creatives who are either sad, depressed, lonely, or, you know, I see the comments everywhere. Hey man, I'm selling my camera. I can't get any clients. You know, their girlfriend is making fun of them for whatever reason. Friends are, you know, making money in their careers and with these good jobs and this, that, and the third. And listen, I've been through all that. Like, I've been through every phase. The point I'm trying to make, guys, is essentially there is a lot of value in knowing how to operate a camera, especially now. There's things a camera can do that a phone can't. Oh, and I posted this the other day. Like, it's crazy to me sometimes when I zoom out. I look around at my friend group, and not all of them, a lot of them are doing great, but some of them I'm making way more money than they are. And I'm just being creative. I'm not stuck in an office. Anyways, what I'm saying is, like, yeah, man, so if you resonate with this, share it. I'm gonna post this today, super raw. I ain't even really shave, no script. I mean, I'm really just trying to, it's been on my mind for a while. DMs are open. DMs are always open. Hit me up. We can chop it up. Anybody needs some advice. I've just been very blessed to work one-on-one with a lot of high-level guys. I mean, man, it's just when I zoom out, sometimes I really think back on my life, and I'm like, damn, like, I did that, right? So, yeah, man, if this resonates, share it. If not, if you think it's stupid, that's fine. Comment too. Comment like, hey, this is stupid. I'm gonna heart it and send you heart emojis. Hopefully you guys got my message of, like, guys, there's still value in what you do. You're still valuable. You still can provide a lot to a business. You still can provide a lot to a business owner. I don't want anyone to feel like they're lonely, depressed, lost, confused, because I've been there, and it's not a fun feeling, right? Because entrepreneurship is hard enough, right? Entrepreneurship is hard enough. Creative entrepreneurship is a whole nother beast. It's a whole nother beast, right? Like, that is one of the hardest things, period. Creative entrepreneurship. And I don't want that to get lost. So, you know, like Nipsey said, man, like, I felt every emotion. I've literally felt every single emotion. All of it. So I just want to kind of let you guys know, man, like, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's definitely a way. There's definitely a way. All right, guys. Hopefully this isn't too long. Peace. I'm gonna get back to work.